Hello, hello, hello. I will be going over the Tier 9 German medium tank Leopard PTA today. And this thing is a gun, and that's pretty much it. I mean, it's a fast tank though, but this tank is all about its majestical, magnificent, extraordinary. I don't know how many more good words we can put on it. It's a great gun, is what I'm trying to say. Here I see, alright, I'll quickly go here, get the spotting, see if someone comes or not. And it looks kind of empty. We see the more people lining up behind me, so I can start thinking about moving up. But oh baby, this gun is so good. It's so pinpoint, it's good dispersion, it's good vert step, it's good gun handling, and I am taking off guard by this patch shot. He was just a little bit faster than me, for me to not be able to spot him or catch him on the crossing. And luckily my 277 is going up, so we can just follow up behind him. Because we didn't take, there was not a single shot on the left there, so here's my big risk. We just goes forward. We heard no shots from the left, from the usual sniping position. So we have sometimes a clear view, and here we go, another great thing. He has such a good HE as well. Like okay, the APSR is really good, but the HE is the could not get him. Just a little bit too slow right there. But to go over the gun statistical means, with the regular APCR you have 278 penetration and then 1480 shell velocity, which is like it's really good. And then you have an APCR on top of that, which is better, the 323 penetration with 1613 shell velocity. So you have even a better shell. Like the standard, the 278 penetration with the 148 and 1480 shell velocity is already, it's fine. Like you barely need APCR on this tank, to be honest. And it's a better APCR, I should say. And then you have the HE, which has 105 penetration, and then you have 1173 shell velocity. It's a very fast HE shell. So this tank is, it's like point and click. You don't really need to have any lead, and that what makes this tank such a likable tank. And the gun handling on top of that is very nice. You have the alpha is 420 with the APCR, so you do smack him quite nicely. I have roughly a reload of 8.5 seconds, I think it is. Obviously you can push it down with more bounty and bond rammers and vert stabs, and no ventilation. I keep saying vert stabs because like I'm so like enthralled. Okay, the gun handling is not like out of the world, but for someone like me who played a lot of different tanks and a lot of bad tanks, when you get to play this tank, you start to appreciate how freaking good some guns are. And then here we have a 54 lightweight saying hello to me, unknowingly, I would say. You give him a love tap as well. If I can't be aiming, he can't be aiming. Alright, it's just how it is. It's just how it is. But another great thing about this tank is the mobility of it. It's quite fast, got a 65 top speed, 20 reverse, so you get around the place rather quickly. The armor is the big downfall of this tank. You have whatsoever no armor. You have 52 in the turret armor, and then you have 70 on the hull armor. We do some good hits here. Shame I don't have intuition though, real shame on this tank, because it's actually quite useful to be able to reload over to the to the HE. I was just thinking, what was this light tank doing? But the thing about the armor though is that the turret, it has some out of bounds angles that I'm sure I'm gonna check up more when we get into the garage of this segment. And as you can see, we kind of overtook their base. We forced them to come back. I am a little bit in the what should we do? What should I do? Maybe I should stay at the corner with the 54 lightweight, or I should stay back. But I'll go with the corner, my lightweight is there, so maybe we do a shot there and then we retreat. Kind of a standard thing to do. And the Conqueror bounced me. It's like he shot through the 54 lightweight to hit me. But we go all the way back. We got a wreck here. So we actually want to push in a little bit because we got time. There we go. Now we have a little bit of a nifty little hull down. Well, the Leopard, well, the Super Conk doesn't see me. Let's do a shell on him. As you can see, it's very annoying for the Super Conk to try and shoot me. Focus the Super Conk because it's the most dangerous one of them. Now it should be the T95 that is next to the dangerous one. I6 is like a little bit whatever. We do a pop-a shell on him when we can. And you have a base view range of 400 meters, so it's very easy to get full view range. We need to start lowering the most dangerous tanks first. The I6 is almost non-existent for me. He fired. But he turned for me, so it was easy shot with I6. Shame my Leopard body here could not get the kill. We have 140 moving up. We should have that cupola, I believe. Yes, we do. Then we have a big cupola of the VZ. The T95 fired. I'm wanting to have the Super Conk, but we settled with the T95 bounce. Maybe we should have taken out the I6 there. I would not hate it at all. And then I get spooked by the I6 shooting me. Ah, unfortunately. Oh, now we say, uh-oh, we're getting flanked. Let's see if the Leopard reacts. I'll make sure that the E75, when he comes back, that he has to either focus me or the Leopard. But I'll try to, you know, make him, you know, he has to move his turret somewhere. And if he moves for me, my Leopard has an easy shot. If he moves for the Leopard, I have an easy shot. So just to stretch them out, thin them out as much as possible. Oh, and the standard dispersion of this tank has a 0.30. Usually that's where you come down to when you used all the equipments and food and such. And a nice pickup by the Leopard bros here. I'm pressing, I have HE already primed and ready to go in and shoot him with the next shot. But stop crying and start shooting. Got an HE before me, so we pick it up the HE here instead. There we go. What a good game. What a good tag team partner this Leopard was. And that was it. The good victory. Let's hop into some stats. With this battle we did 6,942 damage, 1,654 spotting. With the 4 kills, we got an Ace, Confederate, and a Top Gun. No, High Caliber it is. I don't even know the medals anymore. And we got a base XP of 1,765. That's actually pretty high. No wonder we got the Ace. And we made 66,000 credits, which is something for the tank, for a non-premium. Overall overall total amount of credits was 92,000. But hey, let's hop into the garage. Here, like always in my beautiful little garage, we're gonna go over the crew, equipment, consumables, shells, and field modification. Let's start with the crew. It's pretty much straightforward. Commander, Sixth Sense, Brothers in Arms, situational awareness, recon, repair. And then we pick camouflage. We could maybe skip out on recon, because we will get full view range without it, and then you can pick camouflage, but I think that's the robust idea of things. The gunner is straightforward as well. Snapshot, Brothers in Arms, repair, concealment, or Deadeye. You could squeeze in a Deadeye maybe before the repair, but I wouldn't wait with the repair that too long. But maybe you can stick it in. But if I choose this type of skills that I have in the crew, with the 5th one, I probably pick Armorer, maybe? Because then I don't have to retrain, but I probably squeeze in a Deadeye here. And the driver is Smooth Rider, Brothers in Arms, Repair, Concealment, Firefighting. Maybe you can pick the off-road. If the tank doesn't really need more speed, you have a lot of speed already, but off-road always helps, so maybe. The loader is, for me, Safe Stowage, Brothers in Arms, and then I would pick Intuition, and then Repair, and then Concealment. I'm having the concealment on a little bit lower side here, just because it's so easy to... You always move around in the background of things, and it's not so much you rely on the concealment to kick in for you. You could say concealment is very good for the tank. We do get up to 27 here at the moment, and it is beneficial. But it's more like an, oh no, I'm not in a bush, why should I shoot, kind of concealment. So I don't see how that's gonna be super effective for us. But I like the repair just on the Leopard. It's a little bit of a brittle tank. But anyway, let's hop into the equipment. And I think this is pretty much straightforward. It's the ventilation rammer vert stab. You could change out the ventilation for the turbocharge, but then you have to pick recon on the commander for the full view range. And shells, you could go, like I do, 50-50. Just have that lots of the really good shells for when you're fighting, I don't know, a 279E or I don't know, something you're gonna struggle penning with if you don't think 278 is enough. I don't know, something. And then you load up the HE with this tank. I have 8 of them. You could actually go up to 10 if you are really armor knowledgeable of other tanks. The 105 pen is quite considerable actually. You can really go around and shoot a lot of small targets out there with it. And then we, like always, we have the food, and then consumables is the repair and the first aid kit, pretty much standard. For the field modification, we have the very simple going, the more durability, so we have more hit points, and then no, not more hit points, but so that when shit hits the fan, we are prepared for it, that we are not super hampered. And the next one is the improved sight, just get the dispersion as low as possible. And then this, I don't think I pick anything, because you just lower your speed. The magic number is 20 in reverse speed that you want to always get up to, and I don't want to ruin that with anything. I don't want to lower that and such. And the next one, we boost the scouting, because maybe we have a build where we're using optics instead of a turbo. They might come in handy when there's no light tanks. We have very fast tank. We can get into a scouting bush sometimes when we are in lower tier, when there's a bunch of tier 10s. And the last mechanism is, for me, the faster reload. I think this one is just straight up what we need. You gain so little negative dispersion for it, and you gain a little bit faster reload. When you get this in 8 seconds, oh my god, you are absolute beast. And 8 seconds reload with the 420 alpha. This is gonna be prime real estate. Oof, I can't wait to get my tank up to this. But that's how I would pick for the field modification, and how I would pick for the crew as well. There's some small changes you can do. You can maybe pick more camouflage than you do with the repair, but I think I have a kind of a good mix going on at the moment with the crew. I would maybe switch in on the intuition here instead of the camouflage. And then what I talked briefly in the video, I talked a little bit about the turret. It's more of a ricochet angle around, and then obviously the gun is like super good armored. But obviously you have the gun mantle, and beside the gun mantle, it's kind of the weak point, but you have an out of bounds angle on the turret. So be surprised when you play this tank and you bounce a little bit. And when you shoot this tank, oh my god, I shot so many Leopards and bounced so many that I'm like, what is going on? I don't understand. But it has a ricochet angle on the very outside here, on the outside of the turret. And that was it for my little review of the Leopard PTA. I must say, I really like this tank, and I know a bunch of you do as well out there watching and also playing the game. It's fast, it's got a good gun, and it's fun to play. Actually, it's really fun to play. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope I see you around.